And we're back for
Yo,
another episode of What's Hockey. We're going to go straight into around that hockey. We've got a lot to discuss. Keaton, there was a suspension that happened recently. Do you want to go ahead and fill us in?
yeah, William Lockwood of the Florida Panthers got suspended for 3 games. It was a few days ago, so at this point, the next game they play, he'll be suspended. But after that,
And essentially, what happened there was goalie Marc Andre Fleury is at the back of his net, clearing it out. He comes in with his shoulder coming up high, hitting Fleury like right here in the face. And I mean, that's going to automatically, of course, get a penalty and likely is suspension. And then when you include that Marc Andre Fleury is a legend of the game, then you also get that fine involved. And so yeah, I mean, you just can't be doing all that. I don't know what he was thinking. That was just a dumb hit,
yeah,
really.
I mean the whole team got the goaltender's back, just started beating his ass.
Immediate
It's,
fight.
pretty good, pretty
Immediate.
good to see.
Like a 4-on-5 right there, excluding the goalie.
They
who's
also
standing.
got fined $12,000 for the penalty. So I mean, getting whooped in your ass, dude, and then 12,000 on top of that.
Yeah.
I just don't know why you would do that. It's kind of stupid.
Yeah, no, and especially when you know, like, the goalie is the most protected player on the ice. Like, it
Yeah,
is.
I mean, why would you even throw those bows, or I guess in this case a shoulder?
Yeah, yeah, that didn't make too much sense. That's the first of the around that hockey segment topics we got going on. Keaton,
Yeah,
what do you want to go to next? Contract signings?
yeah. I mean, a recent signing shows 23-year-old Alexi Protas signing a 5-year deal with the Capitals for I think it's $16.875 million, about a 3.3 million a year, give or take. So I mean, until the 2028 season, that guy's going to be a Capital, unless of course they do some trades or gets cut. But I mean, that
Yeah.
just kind of shows that they are willing to keep him there and stay with it. Maybe build the team around the guy.
And
So I mean,
how old is he again? Sorry.
he's 23.
23. Yeah, I mean, it's a premium when you find a good young player. You got to
Yeah.
hold on to him. I know when Jason Robertson had his big season, big breakout season with the Stars, it was immediate. He got a contract immediately. Yeah, you got to hold on to those players. There are a lot of good players in the league, but when you find a stud, you got to lock them down.
Yeah, it's pretty nice because the forward's got 3 goals and 15 assists in the season so far. So I mean, pretty solid stats. Just probably going to get better. So hopefully they can make a turnaround because it doesn't look like the Capitals are doing so hot this year as far as like the team. Am I right on that? Am I
Yeah, I think
oh,
they're
shit. Yeah, they're 6th in the Metro, so they don't look so great.
no.
I mean, they're behind the Red Wings, and that's saying something. So, yeah. So,
You said this was the Capitals?
yeah, Washington
Oh, I
Capitals.
see what you're saying. Because y'all are in the Atlantic, so I thought you meant like behind you in the division, but
No, just the
just in
conference.
okay, gotcha. Yeah, no, they're right above the Pittsburgh Penguins, who we've discussed the head coach should be fired. So definitely not the greatest
Um,
run of games for them.
yeah. Didn't we read something that was like they probably won't fire him until like the off season
I
or
think so. I
something?
think an article we were reading said that he's got enough equity built up to where they'll trust him or like wait till the end of the season. But I don't believe in that. He has. And I
Yeah,
guess we
I
could,
mean, whatever.
yeah. And I mean, so speaking of coaches getting fired, new ones coming in. We just saw the Stars lose to a brand new head coach. Uh, in goddamn, where is that? Where
The Islanders rally in
Islanders?
their first
Yes,
game with
yes,
Patrick Waugh as their head coach.
yes.
So
And
they beat the Stars 3-2 in overtime. Yeah.
And mind you, we can talk stars in a little bit. But Patrick Waugh, he was a goalie for the Avalanche when I was kind of growing up too. So I remember him, recognize him, and remember how difficult it was to get by him at times. So he's been the bane of my Stars existence for a minute.
Nice.
No, but I think this is the second head coach whose first game is against the Stars, and we go down. But I do believe in the theory that bringing in a new head coach that revitalizes the team. a lot of times the team is actually pretty decent. It's just the strategy that they have going on is just terrible at the moment, and they need someone
Yeah.
to lift them. And you see that across all sports. Antonio Pierce with the Raiders, but so yeah, good for them, I guess. Good for them.
That's pretty good. Another disheartening news as far as the Kings are concerned. Their head coach is in a bit of a hot seat, lose the last 12 of 14 games. And they started out pretty hot. They were like second or maybe even third. Their differential was pretty high, at least early on in the season, but they've been just kind of slipping. And I know they lost to the Red Wings pretty recently, so I don't know what's going on with them
Yeah,
because it seems like they had a pretty good team.
it's crazy because like you mentioned, their hot start, they're 2 points behind third place in their division, which is a playoff spot. And they've lost
Yeah.
12, how many games? Like they're
12 of 14, yeah.
they're on
That's
such
awful.
a miserable run, and they're still in it, which is absurd.
I mean, I think 6 of those were overtime losses, so they're still getting some points. But
Sure.
like overall, it's still like they're not winning games.
No, yeah, I think,
They're not completing it.
and like I was just saying, man, like you got the players, you just need to like get the right strategy. So I wouldn't
Yeah.
be stunned if going 12-14 when you have a chance to make the playoffs. They fire the head coach and bring in someone or hire someone from within that knows how to rally the troops. And I mean, I think that's another great
I think
candidate
it's spark
for.
potential.
Yeah, absolutely. So, dude might be out of there, honestly. And who could blame him?
He's blaming himself. That's that's all there is to it. Another, I guess, disheartening news. Alex Killorn of the Ducks. He had arthroscopic surgery on his left knee, so he's going to be out for 4 to 6 weeks, give or take, probably a little bit more. Who knows?
And I mean, that Ducks team
Yeah.
is poochies.
Already trash.
They are awful, but Alex Killorn is definitely their, if not the best, one of the best players on their team, one of the only stars on their team. So that is a pretty rough loss for them, a team that doesn't need to lose anyone at this point.
Yeah,
I mean, we talked about it last week too.
At
Like,
least they could just tank the season, but yeah, I mean,
yeah,
other than that,
and yeah, the
There's
thing
really not
too
much
is just
potential.
that, like we mentioned last week, that like, okay, the Sharks do have a pretty nasty goal differential, but it started so bad you can't just make that up in a few weeks. And I had mentioned that I think the Ducks are worse than the Stars right now, and they were playing exactly
Sharks.
like it, or the Sharks, sorry. They're playing exactly like it, and on top of that, you just lost Killorn. So, I mean, that's a huge blow
Yeah.
to an already battered team.
yeah, I mean, with Killorn out, there's going to be a lot of competition with the San Jose Sharks in the coming weeks to be the worst team. In the
I'll be honest, I think outright the Ducks are worse than the Sharks at the
I
moment.
mean, yeah, they'll at least end the season like that. But the the MVP award looks like Nathan McKinnon is a solid favorite, and last night he scored 5 goals himself.
Dude,
I
that's
think he did another assist.
It was
so
5?
points on the. Yeah, 5 points on the
5
game.
points,
but
4 goals.
yeah,
Dude,
so I mean, he's cooking up something.
no,
dude.
he's raw,
So,
man. He's raw. So, like, of course, I'm not watching every single Colorado game, but I obviously see him play the Stars, and we play them frequently, being that they're in our division. And my God, that guy is like ridiculously talented. There's nothing you can really do about it either. He just slipping, sliding left and right past your dude, just flicks it, and you're just like, okay, what was I supposed
Slippery.
to do there? Yeah. No, he's
Yeah.
raw as hell. I know Vegas odds have him as the number one person right now, and I honestly do think he'll run away with that by the end of the season.
yeah.
I think the only way any player other than him wins that is him being injured and missing like a month or something like that.
Yeah, or Connor McDavid does some crazy ass shit. I don't know. Isn't he like second? as
In
far
the
as
Vegas
favors?
odds from 2 days ago, it does have Connor McDavid second, and then it also has old boy Nikita Kucherov third.
Yeah,
So we'll see what they
old
can
boy.
do. Old boy.
Yeah, dude. I mean, who knows? But it's probably going to be McKinnon just because It's pretty nice.
It would be the safest bet to go with McKinnon.
Yeah.
And then
Worse injury, which
what did we have the Vancouver executive getting signed on around that hockey?
oh yeah, dude. What's his name?
Steve Stevenson.
Jim Rutherford.
Very
Rutherford
close.
be crazy. Has recently been signed a 3-year contract for being the president. So it'd be pretty cool, or at least for the Canucks. Let's just be more clear.
For the Vancouver Canucks, yes. And I mean,
Vancouver Canucks.
they've been playing so
Dude, the
well.
guy is 75 years old. Though.
Jesus.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it should just kind of maintain their momentum.
And if you're
It seems like they've.
if you're Jim
One of the best
Rutherford, you definitely go into that office and you're like, bro, I've been killing it. Where's my contract extension? Like, you go ahead and get some job
Yeah.
security off the way y'all been playing. So that makes sense,
Yeah.
honestly.
I mean, he's probably gonna have a contract till he dies. Out of the way.
Oh.
I mean, they've got some pretty solid medical, comeuppance,
Sure.
But either way.
Yeah, no, that's
Um,
good for him. That makes sense that you go ahead and get a new contract when you're killing it.
Yeah, they've got a real shot at the Stanley Cup, so who knows what'll happen at the end of the season.
Facts. Keaton, how did the Red Wings do this last week?
They won, I think, one game,
Hmm.
which was against the Kings.
Oh,
I think we mentioned some game.
Didn't you say your
Yeah.
team was going to win every game last week?
I always say that every week. What do you mean?
That's true, you do.
Oh, we beat the Lightning. That's what it was. It was Kings last week, I think.
Which helps you on the standings, right?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
well,
we lost to the Canes. It was 4-2. Hurricanes, not the Kings. If I don't know, hard of hearing, like some people.
you're just not enunciating well.
It's cool, dude. Pronunciation's OP. But yeah, we beat the Lightning right after we lost to the Canes. It was 2-1, and I mean, Alex Lyon's been playing pretty well. But what was it, Monday or Tuesday? It was probably Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday we lost to the Stars, and he gave up fucking 4 goals in
Sure
the second
did.
period alone.
You sure
It was
did.
pretty distressing.
beautiful.
But hey, we almost came back, beat the Stars almost, or at least
No.
tied it in overtime. Yeah, dude.
It was,
Dude, you were over there sitting on the edge of your seat,
it was a pity
trembling.
goal.
You were trembling, bro.
The Stars
We
this
had the-
last week, man. I think every game, save for the Flyers, I got correct. They lose to the Flyers 5-1, bro. That game was
Yes,
brutal to watch. I think at the end of the first period, we had one shot, which occurred within the first 30 seconds of the game. And it was all Flyers. That game was so bad. And normally when 5 goals get scored, you look at your goalie to what did you do wrong? But honestly, that defense was just allowing everything. We were being pelted left and right. So the Flyers just took care of business in Philadelphia.
Yeah, I think you guys had less than 20 shots on goal.
It was
on the
so
whole game.
bad, dude. And then in classic Stars fashion, classic hockey fashion, the next game against the Devils, we went 6-2. And really, that game was 6-0 going into the last 10 minutes of it. And the Stars kind of chilled out. The Devils got 2 back. But 6-2, it was brutal for the Devils in that instance. And then the Islanders, I said we'd probably lose that game. We did lose that game. We talked about earlier, Patrick Waugh's coaching debut. We lose in overtime. So that sucked. But Tuesday night,
Nice, dude.
we went ahead and played your lowly Red Wings. We dropped them off. The
Lowly.
score was 5-4. They did get one back late in the game, but that second period was brutal for y'all. And it seemed so different from the first period because I remember the first period, the Stars, again, similar to the
It was
Flyers.
2-1 in the first period, and then it was 5-2 in the end of the second period, and we came back 5-4.
Well, and I was about to say the first period, I think we only had we had a single digit shots on y'all. I think 7 or 8. And and y'all were just pelting us. Ottinger was under a lot of pressure early in that game in the first period. Then that second period, complete flip the script. Like it was ridiculous how quick it turned around.
Yeah,
And
we had to pull Lyon because he's trash.
y'all, dude, I know that's like standard practice for hockey to pull the goalie when like a lot of goals are scored. Y'all's defense was not trying. Like they really fucked Lyon over the entire second
Yeah,
period, and Lyon did not come out for the third period. So yeah, that's brutal.
yeah, pretty trash. But at the very least, people have been playing well otherwise, at least on offense. And Patrick Kane's only going to come back in the near future. They keep saying that they have hopes to get him back before All Star Weekend, but
Yeah, I
kind of
see.
week to week, day to day.
I see similar things with Miro Heiskanen. They're hoping he'll come back in the next 2 games or so before the All Star break. But my guess is he's probably not going to be back till after the All Star break. Now, I think last week I had hopes that he'd be back for this road trip. That's what I had seen before, and he was not back for a single game of that road
Nice,
trip.
dude.
So. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I don't see them forcing him back. It makes sense to wait till after the All Star break.
yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't remember where the Predators were in the standings as opposed to the Stars last week because we're third, they're fourth, and we're trying to avoid that wild card spot. But we now have an 11-point gap, and I swear it was not that big last week. So it seems like they're kind of giving us some breathing room, and hopefully we can keep creating some space even without Miro Heiskanen, which I would have thought would be very tough pre-injury, or yeah, but yeah, here we are.
Yeah.
How do you think your team's going to fare their upcoming games before we record next?
Well, we've got the Flyers, Knights, and the Senators coming up. I
Mm.
believe we'll probably beat the Senators, but um, I don't know, man. The Flyers are kind of weird. They're kind of inconsistent. Sometimes they'll just fucking shoot nothing. And
Is that in Detroit or is that in Philly?
I don't know. Let me take a look.
Okay. Yeah, no, I didn't mean to put you on the spot or anything. I was just curious.
You would try to put me on the
I
spot. I
did.
believe it's in Detroit because the Stars game was in Detroit, but
Okay.
yeah. They don't be traveling in the middle of the week just to get back in the same week.
They do be traveling.
Nah, dude. Not in the same week. They usually go on like bouts.
Okay, gotcha.
But
Well,
anyway, we'll probably beat the Flyers and then we'll beat the Senators, but we'll probably lose to the Knights.
nice.
It's going to be a
Nice.
Saturday night game, and I don't know. I mean, we've had pretty decent last 10. We've won 6-3-1.
Yeah.
But
No, I mean, it's just the Golden Knights are a good team. Flyers, like I just said,
yeah,
can beat
they
the
have a
brakes
solid
off their
defense.
opponents. I mean, that's a tough 2 out of 3 right there. Y'all should definitely be able to take care of the Senators, but I've been wrong before when
Yeah,
I
dude.
thought it was pretty obvious what should happen. But Senators are last in y'all's division. Y'all shouldn't struggle too much. The Stars tonight, they have got the Anaheim Ducks, which, like I said, I think is the worst team in hockey. So we really should not lose that game. If we do, oh my God. Saturday, we've got the Capitals over in the nation's capital. I know they re-signed the youngster. I don't believe in them. Stars beat them. And then Tuesday, we've got the Sabres. And I'll say we'll beat the Sabres too. So expect a 3-0 sweep before we return back to talk more hockey.
Oh, yeah, 0-3 probably.
Probably not. Hey,
Yeah, you guys are trash.
didn't you say the Stars would lose to the Red Wings last week?
Yeah, they almost did.
But
We
they
just needed
didn't.
more time. That's all that happened.
Oh yeah, give him an extra period.
Yeah, why not?
Nah. Per usual, Stars dominant. Lions. Red Wings trash.
Classic.
You're wearing a Lions hat right now, so it threw me off. I know you're excited for your conference championship game this weekend. So we'll see
We'll
how
beat
that
the brakes off the 49ers, but it's cool.
goes. Okay, well, good luck.
You guys just don't know, dude. Brock Purdy's a fraud.
He kind of is. Anyway,
Yeah.
all right. Hey, well, do you got anything else to add?
I don't think so. I mean, do you?
No, I don't have any more of that hockey.
All right, dude.
All right, y'all.
Well, thanks for listening and have a good one.
Peace.